Hello guys, welcome to the channel. This week, week 13, is kind of a shits and giggles week. New content is getting released, and so there's no track guide for me to make. So I decided that I just want to give you a run through the racing UI from iRacing. Because once I started iRacing, I was really struggling to find how the UI actually worked. They did update it quite a bit since then, and it's more natural to go through now. But just a quick run through, like in 5 minutes. So this is the dashboard, and the most important thing is going to be the Go Racing tab. And I always use the up next one. So you can filter out what you want to see. In this example, I'm filtering on the road, and I want to drive a road car in Class C. And I've always checked this button as well, so I'm eligible to drive this one. So if you go down, it's going to be the selection of the one you made right there, and you can see it changing. So let's say I wanted to drive the IMSA Pilot Challenge. I just click on register. You can also watch or test drive. If I click on register, then I just select the car and click continue. And once I do so, you see that the UI is pretty slow. So it's gonna come up and you got this green bar up top which registers you, and if I click join now, it would join me and get me into the session. And also another thing I use quite often to navigate through it easily. I want to know if I'm on pace when I'm doing an official. So what I do, I just click the current series and find the one I'm looking for. In this example, let's say I'll be using the radicals. You got this season result. I click on that, and then you can see what the top split guys have been doing. So the fastest lap was a 6:19, and I want to see what the average laps as well. So I just compare that to my own lap times. So another tab I use quite often is the hosted races. For leagues, for example, if somebody set up a session, and let's say I wanted to drive it, I just click on that tab and try to filter it. But it's also a pretty good way to drive tracks and get to learn to know the community a bit better. For example, let's say I wanted to drive Imola. I just type in Imola and it filters on it. So you can use the name of the person. For example, the guy is called Andrew. So when I filter on Andrew, it's gonna be right there. So filtering in that is quite natural. It works in quite different a couple of ways. So I really would advise to do that. So there's also this thing called time attack competition. It's just a time trial which you can run. It does not affect your safety rating. You can just run it in every class. You don't have to be a specific license, but you can do it. So if you want to check out, for example, the IndyCar, I would click that, check which time trials are available this season, and just click the one I want to do. So another thing I use quite a bit is the leagues tab. You see I'm in quite a couple of leagues. What I do with this is just click the league I want to race, and I know, for example, that this league is running on Saturday. So I click on the sessions, and then I can see when the session is hosting. And let's say that I wanted to, duplicate the conditions of the track and the session I'm racing. I go to the View Sessions tab, and I just click on Test Drive in the car which I want to drive. And if I do this, I get the same conditions as the same time, same track attempts, etc. As when the race is driving. So that's basically the UI, and it doesn't take rocket science to understand it. You just gotta know where to click. You can change your paint as well on it, but the reason I'm bringing this up is that I would really advise just to use trading paints. It's a really awesome application, and just go to their website, tradingpaints.com, and once you're on the website, you can very easily navigate through it. So I'm already logged in, and you can just filter out what you want to filter. For let's say I'm going to my paints, and I wanted to get a paint for the BMW GT3. I just click on that. I want to choose a new paint, and I want to find the paint. So now it automatically filters out everything I wanted to see, and I just scroll through it. And let's say, for example, I wanted to drive this awesome McLaren paint. And I just click on the paint and click on race this paint, and it will just set it up. And everybody who's running trading paints can then see what livery you're running. So it's pretty basic. You need to fill out your iRacing ID, which is on your account page. And you also need to download the software, but it's just a download link on the main website. Another application I use, which I didn't know of in the beginning, is Crewchief. Just go to their website, thecrewchief.org. Download it from here. It's a free application, and it's absolutely bloody amazing. What you do is you start up and you start up the application, and you select which game you are racing. You can see there are quite a couple of games as well. You select this one, and if I want to start it, I just click on Start Application, and it just starts up. The thing is, there's so many options in this one. I use like 10% of it, but the most important thing you want to do is you go to the profiles or the properties, and you type in fuel. And what you want to do is if this is unselected, you want to select that. And you also want to be enabling iRacing auto fuel, which is the thing. If you go to a pit stop, you don't have to think about and you don't have to worry about your fuel. It just automatically fuels. So what I do, I also check this box, because it's gonna base the fuel based on how much fuel you used on the lap which you used the most on. So it's gonna be the maximum fuel calculation. So you're never gonna be short on fuel. So that's just one setting. There's so much more, but just to get started, just use this one, so you don't have to worry about the fuel anymore. And the last application I want to point out is Racelab. There's, for the most part, it's free. There are a couple of premium packs which give you more options. So you can see the Pro pack, for example, that you can change the font and stuff like that. But it's an awesome application, and it's very easy to use as well. So you just boot up iRacing, and you just click on the overlay button. Once you've done that, it will pop out. Just be sure that your iRacing is full screen, and then it will go over the iRacing screen, and you're gonna be fine. So you can select quite a few, and the thing I use the most is the fuel calculator. Although I'm using Crewchief, as I said, I try to manage my fuel by just fuel saving. I got a video from that as well, so just click that link right there. And you can change the settings, and this is just a preview screen of what you're gonna be seeing. Let's say, for example, I don't want the fuel bar, then I just click it off, and you can see what it's how it's gonna turn out. Play with this. There's quite a few options which I don't use, but I'm really fan of the fuel calculator. So this is about it. So just a quick run through UI, trading panes, Crewchief, and Racelab. Just play with the settings. I might go in deeper if you guys really want me to. Then I will point out every little thing I changed and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Have a good week in week 13. I'll catch you guys later, and sorry for my daughter playing in the background and making noise.